Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are in Death Trap, aka the Jeep Trackhawk. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the video when the throttle got stuck on this thing. I hate driving this Jeep ever since this happened. But we are taking the Trackhawk because Kevin wants me to drop it off to get washed. So he's going to take my truck because he's still at work right now. I've got a little bit of a break. And but what's funny is now I'm looking over there and it looks like it's gonna rain, so I'm not sure why he wants it washed, but it is filthy, so it probably needs some type of wash anyways, let's do a quick little poll in the Trackhawk for you guys, since I don't drive it very often. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't driven a Trackhawk, you need to go drive one. They're so much fun. Anyways, let's get into this video. The thumbnail might be kind of clickbaity as well as the title, but it's really kind of where I think the YouTube channels are going in the car industry, and I'm trying to figure out if that's the route that I want to go, and this would be a vehicle I may do, and that's just because I really think they're an awesome vehicle. Plus, I mean, this one's probably gonna be sold by the time I decide, but I really want to see what your guys' thoughts are on this. And obviously you've probably all seen the channels, all these rebuild channels, but literally everyone, even people that don't have rebuild channels, they're doing this. They're buying wrecked cars, salvage cars from Copart, from junkyards. I think mostly from Copart though is where a lot of the business is coming from. But so what all these YouTubers are doing, and there's specific channels on it, plus there's also channels that are adding this to their channel because the views are just getting crazy on them. Like, you got to remember, views equal revenue on YouTube. So if you're getting views, you're making money on YouTube. And I think that's kind of the trend right now, is buying a salvaged car or a wrecked car from something like Copart and then rebuilding it. And it makes for really awesome content. You know, the thumbnails are catchy because the car is wrecked, so people want to click on it, and then they get to the channel and the person's rebuilding it and people want to watch that. It's good content. You learn a lot about the vehicle when you have to rebuild them, especially from how wrecked a lot of these freaking vehicles are. I mean, it's insane watching some of these wrecked cars be rebuilt. But I was looking on Copart, and Kevin and we talked about it maybe a couple months ago after watching a couple of channels, you know, literally blow up overnight because of what vehicles they have and the ones that they're rebuilding. And they're just getting a lot of views. And, you know, we're always, it's not that YouTube is our, you know, YouTube is a real tiny source of income for us. You know, we have regular jobs that we work all day, but a lot of these people, that's what they base their whole, you know, their paycheck is YouTube revenue. And so they've always got to find ways to get views. And it looks like everything in the YouTube car industry right now, all the views are going for these cars that are being rebuilt. Like I said, even channels that aren't based off rebuilding these vehicles, they're buying wrecked cars now and rebuilding them instead of going out and buying, say, like a Hellcat or a Mustang and then just modding it. They're not just modding them, they're buying them wrecked, they're rebuilding them, and then they're possibly modding them. So I'm trying to decide if that's the route I want to go with my next car. If you're new to the channel, I have a Hellcat, I built it, I decided to change it back to stock and sell it because I kind of went as far as I really could with the Hellcat without going to like a built motor, built trans, twin turbo, or a Kenny Bell supercharger. Instead of dropping a ton of money more into the Hellcat than I already did, I want to switch it up and kind of go with something a little bit older maybe, or start with a little bit less expensive platform, which will enable me to do more mods to it. And I just want to switch it up. So that's why I'm kind of at this crossroad. If I want to buy a wrecked one, I mean, obviously it's cool, like how big your channel could get off of it and the views, but is it really worth it is what it comes down to. I mean, rebuilding a wrecked car takes a lot of time and a lot of money. So someone like me, a small YouTube channel who has a regular job, who works a lot of hours, you know, I don't have the amount of time some of these guys do. And it's not that I'm lazy. I mean, you guys can go back and look at my videos. When I get home at 8, 9 o'clock, I'm usually in the garage for a couple hours working on my Hellcat, or I was when I was working on my Hellcat. And even when I was building Rigo's car for him, I'm spending 3 and 4 hours after work, during the day, possibly before work, just to work on these vehicles, because that's the only time I have. Whereas if YouTube was my only job or my source of income, I could be spending all day, and that's, you know, that's your job, is working on these cars. So you can put a lot of time and effort towards them. And so it's really hard for someone like me with a smaller channel and a job to put that much time into one. And so for me, basically what it comes down to is me having a wrecked car, and you know how much longer it would take me. You know, it would already take you, you know, a month or two to rebuild the entire car. So you're talking someone that has half the time, maybe even less than that, to put towards it. You're talking like maybe 4 to 6 month build, just to get the car up and running and driving. And then, you know, I want to mod it, obviously. So if you guys don't know what I'm looking for, I am looking for a project car. And here's the crossroad I'm at. I'm either going to buy one that's already kind of built to where I want it to be as far as parts goes, and as far as horsepower wise and suspension wise, and then I kind of want to tinker with it and dial it into my liking, change a few things, but it saves you a lot of money. Or I can buy a car completely stock, build it from that, which costs a lot more money, because when you sell a car that's modified, that person loses a ton of money selling a car that's modified for how much they put into it. So I could save myself a lot of money that way, or I could buy a car that's completely stock, spend a lot more money buying the parts for it and building it myself. That creates really good content, but like I said, it's a lot more expensive to go that route. The other route, probably the most expensive and the most time consuming, but the one I'm now considering, would be buying a wrecked car from something like Copart or a junkyard, or someone that got in a front end, you know, collision, something not too bad. I definitely don't think I'd want something with frame damage, because I don't have access to a body shop or a frame shop. So I would be like a normal customer coming in asking to get frame work done. And if you know anything about body shops, they take a long time. Nothing against them, they take a long time. They're always busy. They're usually behind. So you're talking about, you know, getting a car to a certain point and then taking it to a frame shop, getting it pulled on the frame rack. There's, you know, 3 or 4 weeks have gone by now. Then you got to take it to the body shop, because I don't have a place to be doing all the body work and painting and all that stuff. You know, I can swap panels, but I don't really see me doing the body work or painting any of that, because I don't have a place to do it at. I mean, we have the shop, but I don't really have the tools. So, you know, I'd have to invest in a bunch of tools, and it's a skill. So I did work at a body shop one time in high school as an intern, just because I kind of wanted to learn the basics, but I don't have the skill set of doing all this body work. So, you know, if I was buying a wrecked car, I'd have to, you know, the car, you know, I'd do a lot of stuff, and then I'd have to drop the car off at a frame shop and then get it back and then send it to a body shop and then get it painted. And, you know, there's a lot of content there, but then I'd also lose a lot of content with the vehicle not being around. So there's pros and cons to it. I definitely think it would be cool. I mean, some of the vehicles these people have bought, they need a lot of work, and I just don't have that much time. You know, if I found one, this is my thing, if I found one that maybe needed like the fenders, the bumper, and the hood replaced, and maybe like the radiator support was cracked, and the radiator probably was punctured, I'm sure, if the radiator support was cracked, but it didn't need framework, I would definitely be interested in something like that. But something that needs framework, or like a rear quarter panel on a car, those are pain in the ass to replace, because you've got to actually drill out all the spot welds and then have someone weld in a new quarter panel, and that's a lot of work in itself right there, and it gets pretty pricey too. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I really want to reach out to you guys and see what you think. Should I get a car that kind of is already in the horsepower range that I want? It's got the motor and the trans and the turbo setup that I want, and I need to tinker with it and dial it in. And the reason why I would do something like that, not only would it be cheaper? I would also get to the track quicker. You know, the track, it's not opening soon, but we're about 3 months out from the track opening. So starting from scratch with the car, I probably wouldn't have it in time. But if I can get a car that's already kind of built, and it'll still have good content because I'll be tinkering with it. Stuff's going to break. Stuff's still going to wear out on it. I'll have to do all the maintenance on it. But what it will allow me to do is get to racing quicker. And it'll be less expensive. The other route, buy a stock car, start building it slowly. That's good content too. And then the third route, which is the new one I'm considering, is buying a wrecked car. And I guess my patience level is really low. So having the patience to build a wrecked car, it takes a lot of patience, time, and money. And the patience and time are two very hard things for me. So I kind of wanted to make this video just to reach out to you guys, and I found this ZR1, as you saw in the thumbnail. It is a wrecked ZR1, a brand new ZR1 in the whatever that orange is called. Sorry, I don't know the orange color off the top of my head, but it does have the lower wing. It doesn't have the big old wing that the other package comes with. But I thought it was really cool that I found a ZR1, and it was the only one on Copart. There's no price on it yet. I mean, obviously the estimated retail value is like $136,000, but there's no bidding price on it yet. So I'd have to look into bidding on it if that was the vehicle I got. I don't see myself getting that vehicle because it's going to go up for sale within the next few days, and I would assume that it's probably going to go for a pretty decent price. It looks like the door was smashed in. The door was smashed in, and then it's kind of twisted, and it kind of twisted. Obviously, the front bumper needs to be replaced. The airbags released, so you got to replace steering wheel, redo the airbags. The fender was crushed in, so hopefully there's not frame damage right there. And I think if I went that route, I'd definitely probably stay away from the frame damage because I just don't have that much time. And I really don't want to be, not saying that frame shops aren't good, but even with the frame shop getting it perfectly in spec, I just don't know how I feel about going down the drag strip in a car that's had frame damage. So that's today's video. Sorry if it seemed like clickbait. It's really not. It's something that I'm really considering. I just wanted to get everyone's opinion on it and kind of see how the title and thumbnail would do for my channel about rebuilding a wrecked car. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should rebuild a wrecked car? And if I do, what vehicle do you think I should get? The Hellcats are in a decent price range. They used to be a little bit more expensive, but I did see some decently priced wrecked ones, so that's an option. I could get back into a Hellcat because I could get into one that's obviously a lot cheaper because it's wrecked. Get a ZR1, an older ZR1, a Z06, get a Mustang, get a new Mustang GT that's wrecked. I mean, you got to think how many cars are made. There's a lot that are wrecked, and Copart has a huge listing, and they're all over the country, so they're easy to come across. Pretty much any car you want, you can get through Copart. You just got to find it. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Do you think I should build a wrecked car? Do you think I should get a car that's already built? Do you think I should start from completely scratch, find a roller maybe, even possibly? Let me know your guys' thoughts below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think on this. Also, if you're interested, my Hellcat is for sale still. It's $51,000 is what I'm asking. It's plum crazy purple with 6,000 miles, and it's an auto 8-speed. Let me know. Make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, VanV39, and we'll see you guys on the next video.